In Nicholasville, there's some special events coming up at Camp Nelson National Monument that you may want to know about. Here to talk about the free events is Steve Phan, a park ranger for the monument. Steve, it's so good to see you again.
Thanks for having me back, Rami. It's a pleasure, and hey, cheers, it's almost 2024.
I know, cheers, woohoo. Paint the picture a little bit. When folks head out to the monument, what can they expect?
Yes, as I mentioned before, Camp Nelson National Monument is one of the newest units of the National Park Service. So we have a visitor center, a film, a museum. We also have up to 5 miles of trails as well. So we have visitors that come out and walk the trails like with their dogs almost every single day. This coming Saturday, I guess New Year's, the last Saturday of the calendar year, I'll be leading a guided tour, actually, a hiking tour of Camp Nelson National Monument. We're going to learn about the historic kind of story of Camp Nelson as it was developed during the Civil War. It's going to be about 3 miles long, starting at 9:30 a.m. It's free and open to the public. So I know TG just shared, it's going to be around 41 degrees or so on Saturday. So bundle up. You'll see me bundled up. We're meeting at the visitor center, and then come out and join me for the last, I'm calling it the New Year's hike for Saturday.
I really like that. And I know once the New Year strikes, you all are celebrating a big anniversary.
That's right. So over the next 3 or so years, we're going to be commemorating the 160th anniversary of Camp Nelson, a Civil War site established by the U.S. Army during the Civil War. And this past year, we did 1863, and in 2024, we'll be doing 1864, the most important year at Camp Nelson. So starting in January, we have our 3rd annual Winter Lecture Series. We invite speakers from around truly the country. This year, we're really focused on Kentucky. We've got really highly regarded speakers, historians that will be coming and speaking, starting on January 13th and then the 27th. And we've got 2 programs per month, January, February, and March. They're all at the park, and they're all free and open to the public.
So this is just really great for history buffs. That sounds like that's something they would really enjoy, or just folks who want to know more about Nicholasville.
All right, more about Nicholasville, Camp Nelson, Kentucky. And remember, it's a national park site, so Camp Nelson is nationally significant. In 1864, we'll see everything change in Kentucky during the Civil War. You'll see the enlistment of African-American men into the U.S. Army. Over 10,000 joined the military at Camp Nelson.
Wow.
They're also joined by their families who are escaping slavery. So you see truly the complexities of the Civil War at Camp Nelson. So come out and join us and learn more about our state and our nation as well.
And what do these classes look like? Is it a big group or pretty intimate?
Yeah, we have it in our barracks building, which is right next to our visitor center. We have presenters come up, including historians from the Kentucky Historical Society, local historians who have written books about the Civil War and Kentucky. They generally present a PowerPoint, and we have chairs out there, and then they speak for about an hour or so, and then they'll answer questions. And a few of our speakers this year have published books, and so we'll be selling their books at the park store, and each historian or speaker will be staying for a few minutes after their lecture to meet visitors, sign books, and things like that.
And so you're a park ranger. Has this been a passion for you to be a part of this monument or any monument?
Well, Camp Nelson is relatively new as a national park site, just late 2018. I grew up in Colorado, as we were talking before. We went on live here. I've always been a really big person, big history person, and visiting national parks as well. I know you were just at Great Smoky Mountains.
Yes,
by the way,
beautiful.
The most visited national park site in the entire country.
Is it really?
Even more than
Yellowstone.
Even more than Yellowstone.
Why is that?
Just because it's proximity to the East Coast, and there's a major highway that goes through it as well.
Yeah.
But we have over 400 sites in the National Park Service, from Guam to the Virgin Islands and everything in between. So we always tell visitors, when you think of the national parks in Kentucky, most people think of Mammoth Cave National Park, which is an incredible site. We also have historic sites as well, like Camp Nelson National Monument, Mill Springs Battlefield National Monument down in Nancy, Kentucky, and Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historical Park.
I've been there,
we're up to several sites in Kentucky now, and I'm very fortunate. I get to travel the country. I've lived in D.C., I lived in Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, kind of all over the place. And to get the opportunity to build a new national park site in Kentucky is very exciting.
It's exciting.
So I'm here, and it's been a lot of fun.
We're so happy you're here.
Thanks, Rami. And when are you going to come out and visit us
I know,
and walk
I
the
need to.
trails
We're going
as
to have
well?
to set up a time.
Well, we are open currently. The Visitor Center is open 5 days a week right now for our winter hours, Wednesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's no fee. The park grounds are open sunrise to sunset every single day.
Like it. All
so
right.
you walk the trails, enjoy history and nature at the same time, and come support your local national park.
Thank you so much, Steve. Really appreciate it.
It's great to see you, and thanks for having me on.
Of course. Stay with us.